Welcome on in, folks. It is November 24th. Last I checked. Shout out Jack Bauer. Thanksgiving week, Black Friday week. We got the Steelers at the end of the week, but unfortunately on the back end of everything, we have a pretty bad Thursday night football result, which rolled into a miserable weekend, and there's a lot to break down of it all. I'm Maniac. Thanks for joining us for Trainwreck Today here live in Hamburg at the Bruckman Media Studios. Heard of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. Make sure you're following along all the action. We're followed with Slick L on my left, and we got Dreamboat Don on the ones and twos. Boys, it was a bad Friday, and unfortunately, the weekend made it a bit more worse, Slick.
Yeah, not many results going our way. Some looking like they were going to at first, and
first halves were great.
Yeah, monumental collapses. I don't even know if I want to call the Chiefs-Colts one a monumental collapse. However, it was definitely frustrating to watch. Patriots coming back after that Bengals start they got off to was frustrating to watch. And still standing where we always did going into the weekend, and now going into Pittsburgh with a little more weight on our shoulders now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little positive spin, because here's the thing. I gave up the AFC East after the Miami loss. I was just like, I don't see us catching them. Schedule's too easy. I kind of shipped that away and was like, we're going to be a wild card team. Now, would it have been nice to see the Chiefs pretty much all but remove themselves? Yes, but ignorance is bliss. Sunday, I didn't really watch much football except for the highlights, because I was doing an awesome gig at 42 North Brewing in East Aurora. And all things considered, as far as I'm concerned, not a terrible weekend. Friday, big Sabres win. I said they'd win, 8-2 or 8-2. They win 9-3. I mean, incredible there.
Completely
Debut
off.
of
Missed it completely.
Debut of the beer saber. And then Saturday, our prediction with conviction that we all rode, because we're all getting on the same team, cashed. Yeah. James Franklin plus 18.5. Didn't need that much. Never a doubt,
baby.
I'd say that might be good enough to remove one squad punishment.
Like, well, in our tricky TCU, we doubled up. We went 2-0.
Yeah. We TCU sketchy line. So Bang had a great Saturday there, and then Sunday. Here's the thing. They had the Colts Chiefs game on in the back, but every other TV had the Sabres. So like I said, I was like a horse with blinders on. Yeah. Sabres all weekend. So I'm feeling pretty good. But you guys can bring me back down to earth. I'll welcome that.
It was a great net homestand for the Sabres. 6 out of 8 points. That's solid. Obviously, you don't want to drop the 2 to the worst team that you face out of the whole homestand, but that's the way sports work sometimes. Sometimes you drop games to bad teams. That's where we're at, kind of with the Bills and the NFL of it all.
Sean Austin's like you guys; he is not feeling good.
Yeah,
not a wild card team losing 3 more games.
It's gonna be like after what we saw against Houston and Will Anderson or whatever, T.J. Watt.
Yeah, it's not much better.
Are we relishing that experience? Cameron Hayward. I mean, these guys. Jalen Ramsey. Now, I will say. That's Josh Allen's whipping boy.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So maybe
he kind of owns him. So.
Kind of does own him. With that said, getting into this past weekend, Chiefs, that was pretty bad. 20-9. You were underselling a little bit. They were down 20-9. I think with under 10 minutes to go.
Yeah,
like in that frame, you're like, oh my gosh. But again,
that's typical Chiefs. That's what they do. So
there was no panic.
And it was one of those games where you figured if this is the one where the tide turns, it's going to be against this 8-2 Colts team. So.
That was our Colts. That was our team. We bleed blue.
Yeah. Maybe not anymore.
To be honest, overall, it was kind of the Patriots one that kind of hurt more. Like, because Don, I know you said it. You gave up on catch them. I get that. If they had lost that one, we basically would have been a game and a half back. We played them once. So that makes us like almost dead even.
It would have made it more possible. And the pick six to go up 10-0. It was like, I saw that. You text me that. I was at set break, was like, oh, okay, what's going on? Saw it was then 10-7, I think, around then. And then watching the highlights, didn't Cincy then turn right around and throw their own pick six to kind of put the nail in their own coffin? I mean, that's a little heartbreaking. I was hopeful. Ravens, were we I guess we're like, I don't know, that the NFC North like is gonna, I already knew is gonna be this weird bloodbath. Steelers lose, they win. So what's going on there, you know?
Yeah, it's a bit odd. Just again, the way that everything's shuffled. Again, now it seems like it's going to be Broncos and Patriots at the top of the conference, kind of like a Peyton Manning, Brady mid-2010s throwback there. I mean, again, that's what starts to anger the Bills people of it all, because they view that like the Denver team, they went all in on Peyton Manning, you know what I mean? Obviously, the Patriots did on Brady too, but you look at the Rams now, who have rebooted and have kind of like are back in the picture. They're currently as hot as anyone in the NFL, and they have the consensus MVP at the moment via the Poly Market, via whoever you're on of it all, Matt Stafford. Why don't you go all in? Like, why don't you levy a 2026 first-round pick for Jalen Waddle? The offense would probably be looking a little bit better with the Waddle running around right now, that's for certain.
Yeah, probably. But here we are with the 26th and 27th first-round pick still, so
there you go.
Maybe we'll get something out of that.
And we've got the 2016 first-round pick in town working out. Shaq Lawson, 2015, 2016.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Is that now people are saying is there like a Bosa like tweak surgery like coming that people don't know about?
No.
Because sometimes Jordan Phillips got signed and nobody knew why that move was, and then Dwayne Carter went on IR like 36 hours later. A lot of people are nervous that could be this situation, Slick.
Yeah, hopefully not any of the guys on the D-line. Not like we were already down a little bit on there. Obviously, you mentioned Dwayne, and then others, Hoyt coming down as soon as he got back, so really hope there's not more trouble there. But, we've had the Shaq Lawson rumors in the past, and we'll wait to see if this one pans out, because he's just in town. We didn't get the sign to practice squad or anything yet. So
we didn't get the sign to practice squad, but like again, we have Spencer Brown out. So again, the TJ Watt alarms should just be ringing for Bills Mafia. And I think that's why there's a lot of nervousness as we get into it. Let's talk about it though, as we put a button on the Bills of it all, truly get into the rest of the NFL. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being like you're in the drought and there's really no hope, which is kind of what it felt like in the third quarter on Thursday night. 10 being like, this is the year, like, which is what people have said this year, which is what people said last year, which is what people have said in years past. I would say I'm at about a 6.5. I'm still confident. I'm still relatively optimistic. I just think like they've been at this point many years before. In 21, they lost to the Patriots at home. Mac Jones had a lead in the division for like the inside track. We had to go to Foxborough later that month and beat them. 23, they were down to like single-digit playoff odds after the Philadelphia Eagles loss. They still went on a run. And by the time they played the Chiefs in the playoffs in the divisional, they were favored.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, things change, things evolve. It feels like a 6.5 to me when you go for the 0 to 10 scale. What do you got for your confidence level in these Buffalo Bills?
I'm right around where you are, because we're always in the same area. The losses have felt a little different this year. There's just something about them. I don't know if it's the offense, their inability and the lack of weapons, but I'm right about the same spot you are. I think we'll still go on a winning run here. It's clockwork around this time of the season. You get this cold stretch for 3 to 4 games with a win mixed in there, and then you start to win out the rest of them. I'm going to go with a 6.7.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off saying, like, I'm looking at the schedules for the rest of the season throughout the AFC, and buckle up, because things are about to get pretty spooky. Like, because you got Bills are trying for a wild card spot. Looks like division's out of reach. AFC North, you have Ravens and Steelers, who are 1 game behind the Bills. Guess who we play this week? Steelers. Right, so there's leverage there. Now the AFC South, this is real wild. You have the Colts 1 game ahead. The Jags, they play the Jags twice to close out the season. They also play the Texans twice. So these all these interdivisional games in the South, they left for like the last few weeks. It's pretty spooky. And then again, you got Chargers tied with the Bills 7-4. Chiefs are right behind. So this is going to be a bloodbath. That being said, I like the Bills' chances. I'm in the high 6s, just under 7s at a 6.9420.
Whoa.
Wow. Courageous of you, for sure. The only thing I would say to be optimistic about as we get into our look around the rest of the NFL, Chicago kind of had their way offensively with the Steelers yesterday, even though Watt had a sack, which resulted in a Pittsburgh touchdown. I mean, there was some flexibility there. It seems like they should be able to scheme against that. But again, you're seeing a lot of scheming that made sense. Shedeur, probably the lead story of yesterday outside of Billsville. We kind of saw that coming, and I don't want to credit us too much. We kind of knew how it was going to happen. He wasn't going to dominate.
Yeah.
The defense was going to play well against the Raiders, who have been frustrated all year, and Shedeur was just going to make a play or two along the way.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing where it's so interesting. Why is the biggest story coming out of an entertaining NFL Sunday? It's not even like it was lackluster. Shedeur comes away with the headline, although only going 14 for 20, I think, maybe even 11 for 20.
11 for 20.
11 for 20, a touchdown and a pick. Probably not even 200 yards, if I had to guess. Maybe
209.
209.
Yeah, one of them on a 50-yard truck. Again, it wasn't a sexy stat line at all, but he had a great debut, is what I would say.
For sure. And coming off the start, that's, I think, first Browns QB to win their first start since like 95 or something.
I think he could have had better numbers, too, if it wasn't for that awful Judy fumble.
Oh my goodness!
You see what I'm like? Yeah, that was easily.
The team was doing him no favors.
That was a 39-yard reception, and if I don't know why he slowed down. That could have easily been another 10 yards.
Well, he clearly had no idea there was someone behind him, and he was trying to do like that Stephon Diggs, like slow up high step and cut across when they were gonna like go to take him out, and just completely blindside punch the ball right out. I mean, you can't feel good for Shedeur on that one. His teammates not doing him favors like that. But I thought he played solid. I was just surprised that he's like the main story coming out of a really entertaining NFL Sunday.
So, I mean, I have to bring it up because it is a storyline. Not only do we have our friends, the Steelers, this week, but we may or may not have our old friend, Aaron Rodgers. He gets last second. He gets taken out of the Pittsburgh game yesterday. Like, do you think he's going to, like, I hope he's just being, I hope this is like when he was saying on McAfee 2 years ago that he was going to be back in like 2 weeks and he was out for like the entire year. I hope this is just a similar situation where he's out again. I mean, again, I don't want anyone to be injured. I don't want anyone to deal with an ailment, but this guy has cried wolf, Slick.
It at least makes me feel more confident that if he does play on Sunday, he won't be 100%. And we know what our D-line has been able to get to him and do in the past. Don't mean to bring up any PTSD for some Jets fans.
Yeah, sorry, Rob.
But yeah, I'm not necessarily worried if it's like a smoke and mirrors type thing. Bring it on, because I don't think you're fooling anyone. Even if he's coming back Sunday, he's still a little hurt. The fact that they weren't confident enough to play him against that Bears team. I don't know. I'm pretty confident going into Sunday. It feels like one of those bounce back games. Jalen Ramsey on the defensive side. We know Josh Allen torches him. And then old man Rodgers. I'm not really worried about him. Never have been as long as he left Green Bay. So bring it on, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I just think this is like people think Steelers and they think of all the teams of the past and the Tomlin type team. Let's get one thing straight. They have TJ Watt, but this defense stinks. Like they've allowed 32 from the Jets. They've allowed 21 from the Vikings, 33 from the Bengals, 35 from the Packers, who have not had a great offense this year, and 31 from the Bears yesterday. So
that's what I'm saying.
This is not the same defense, and I think the Bills match up well.
Agreed.
This is not a defense like the Texans we're facing. So
yeah, you can point to TJ Watt all you want. I see Josh Allen torching this defense on Sunday.
Again, it's just, can we get unleashed? Like against the Bucs, it was off to the races. Like he had the two-handed chest pass and he put up 44 the rest of the game. You know what I mean?
Can you guys imagine if Keon Coleman goes on to Heinz Field Sunday and makes Jalen Ramsey his
that would be
Bill's Twitter will go bonkers.
That would definitely cause some seismic activity on the interwebs. As we go to the rest of the NFL, we got Meow Mix Monday Night Football tonight. I mean, this has been, talk about a team that's dominated our narrative for the last 6 weeks. I feel like I'm about done with the Meow Mix of it all, honestly.
I was about done until Don just reminded us that we're bad people for forgetting to tail the 1 week.
I didn't say you're
and
bad
now every
people.
time I hear Meow Mix, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I kind of want the Niners to just put them 6 feet under tonight so I never have to hear about them again.
Hey, they're in the chasing for a wild card spot themselves right now. So, and actually they're tied with the division lead with the Bucks, both sitting at 6-5. They win this game, they're in the driver's seat of the division.
There's so many crazy things that if they win tonight,
The NFC South stinks though too. We can say that.
If
That
the
division
Panthers
stinks.
win tonight, that means that if the Bills had lost to them, the Panthers would have a better record than the Bills. And it also, if the Chiefs had beaten the Bills, they'd be tied right now. They'd be the same record. It's just crazy the way we've all gotten there. It's tough. I mean, the Bills had a great start. They've stumbled. That's exactly what they've done in the past in the McDermott era. Can they sweep and get right at the right time, which is what they've done historically in the McDermott era?
I just, before we move on from the NFL to we kind of glossed over this earlier. Weeks ago, we said Rams are back. This team looks good. This team looks scary. Like, I don't think I'm at the point where I'm about to, even though I know they're probably the Super Bowl favorite, unleash some units on it, because I don't know if an AFC team is beating this team right now.
It's a good hedge too, because I mean, the worst case you're going to get is Rams Bills, where odds are, unless you hit the right unitage, you're probably fine taking the Bills anyway for the end net of it all.
Yeah. Take Bills as an underdog, get some plus points, and then you're sitting pretty.
Very much so. Yeah. They look great. Again, that just makes it the more frustrating that the Bills aren't going all in. But, again, every team's situation is different. Speaking of different, Josh Allen, retired jersey at Wyoming, kind of an interesting situation. Some critics were pointing out, he wasn't a world beater at Wyoming. It was more the glow up, the NFL MVP of it all. Clearly, Wyoming is sponsoring the Bills now. They're in the stadium.
They had people at our last game. Yeah,
there's a lot of crazy things like Wyoming County nearby, right here, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Buffalo, Wyoming.
Yeah. He was selected to the Mountain West All-Star Pro Bowl team, right? Though.
Yes.
Senior year.
No, again, solid.
But yeah,
player.
he wasn't
Did he win a conference?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So it's definitely not a school statistic thing. Individual statistic at the school. It's not what you did for that school's program. Yeah, it's one of those things like an honorary degree, And I will say this, although he didn't maybe elevate the winning yet at the program of Wyoming, he's
put them on the map.
Absolutely put them on the map. Brought a lot in terms of resources and money for that school and football organization.
Yeah, not hating. Just point it out. That's what the haters were pointing out.
Of course.
So and you're always going to get them to say that.
Any Josh Allen discussion, there will be haters.
Yes.
That's what we're open to.
Very interesting to see. But
here,
also,
it's worth
the beer snake. Pretty great.
The beer snake, awesome. Love
Phenomenal.
to see it. Awesome to see them retiring his number and him getting the fans party. And Josh Allen brings a party. We know that about him. Anytime we've seen him at a Sabres game or at Micah Hyde softball event. Dude brings the party, so it's great to see. And that is one of the most epic beer snakes ever. Did you have the link for that? Can we pull that up? Let me see.
If you go to the Bills video of it, it's right in the replies.
Okay.
So the Buffalo Bills posted the video. Josh Allen runs over, points a kid out of the stadium. This kid had to be shitting himself.
I gotta
when Josh
say,
Allen
though,
pointed him.
is this section aisle notorious for where the beer snake happens in Laramie, Wyoming? Because Josh seemed like he knew where he was going. I'm not saying he knew the kid he was picking out, but yeah, that kid definitely had some nerves running through his veins when Josh, the crowd, waved him over urgently.
You could tell, listen, I'm not saying I'd be any other way. If I was getting these orders, I'd be shaking in my fucking boots. You could tell, though, for the first 3 to 5 seconds, he wasn't really listening to, what Josh was saying. He was just it was the moment. It was the moment, yeah.
Starstruck. Yeah.
Here we go.
I love how,
this is impressive. This is
crazy.
Look at the girth and look at the length.
That's basically from field up to 200.
That's a beauty.
Yeah. I haven't even seen that at a test cricket match, and those go on 5 days.
Shout out the chat. Shout out everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, chiming in as we roll along on Trainwreck Today. Speaking of beer getting it done, Don.
Yep.
It's feeling pretty good in the gut right now for those Sabres.
Guts.
How about that Sabres fan who downed nine beer Sabres on Friday?
9 beer Sabres. We're going to have to need an official, I don't know, Guinness comes in for world records and has someone officiate that. Don't know the validity on it.
Let me see.
Want to know how much that costs. As a season ticket holder, I will say you get a nice little discount scanner where you get, depending on the item, something like 20-30% off. Not for the Beer Saber. Also, right before the show, devastating news.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, I heard this.
Because, yeah, Beer Saber, we said it saved the season. Friday night vibes were super high.
We're 2-0.
Sunday, we got the Butter Dish 2 with the Saber. And I just heard no Saber on weekday games.
No weekday games.
I'm going to have to for sure find out this is true, but I got a text from a reliable
it's true.
season ticket holder. Yeah, it's true.
Damn true.
It's damn true. Okay.
Yeah, no, I saw it on the initial report, and that was my initial reaction, was you made us wait all this time just to enjoy a Beer Saber on the weekend. I mean, the 2-0 start with the Beer Sabres. I mean, if we go on like a 3-game losing streak.
Tell anyone associated with sports, the Sabres ran blank promotion the last 2 days, or 2 games. They won both the games by multiple goals. The idea that you aren't rolling forward with a promotion full time is crazy.
Yeah, and especially I saw people not from Buffalo, like from around the NHL, being like, "This is got to be top 5 like coolest like beer containers," and they were including it in like some baseball one. I'm forgetting, but there was like a collection of the coolest beer containers to drink out of, themed containers, and it feels good. It does feel like the whatever is going on in that office, they nailed it. They nailed it. They got something right. You can see the sword can stand up on its own too. So yeah,
can it really?
Yeah, you can stand it up on the table if you're not at your seat. You got the salute going at the end of the game. DraftKings retweeting Crossing Swords. By the way, shout out Crossing Swords also being on Colorado Avalanche's radar.
What the hell is that?
They throw us shade only for us to turn around.
We thought we were a top 10 Sabres podcast. I didn't see any other Sabres podcasts in there. So I mean, I guess as far as a little thing called the NHL is concerned, we're number 1.
At least in Colorado.
Yeah, killing it. Gatesy's killing it with the recap videos. I want to give him love.
Gatesy has me on the edge of these seats with those win more, lots more.
Dude, the intro, I don't know what's real, what's not. I don't know if someone
he's got to take it easy, though. He's getting a little violent in a couple of these, taking out his frustration on bunt. And I just don't want to see the two of them, any friction.
I agree. You'd hate to see like there's AI slop and then there's gate size slop.
Yeah.
And that's what he's working with.
Yeah. He's punching bunt out of the screen. But man, too, like Malenstein, Dangles, Daddy Dangles from Malenstein. Like I talked about it after the Oilers win. We're getting production out of our 3rd and 4th line. We're not just getting production. We're getting Dangles out of our 3rd and 4th line. Tage Thompson, 7 goals in his last 8, 11 points in his last 8. He scored, and again, this isn't the Tage before where he scores 3 goals and then he's silent for 2, scores 2 goals, silent for 2 games. He's had 1 goal every game, 6 games in a row.
Yep, that's the Tage we know and love. And Jack Quinn, too, showing some promise. Really good.
And this is what we were talking about. We said if we can get him producing, Darlene producing, and get our guys back, we're in good shape. And we're 5 points out of first in the Atlantic.
All right, that's fair. But what the hell with the Isaac Rosen of it all?
Like, what should we do with him?
We had to send him down. He was one of the best players. People were saying he was unlocked.
Well, right. Do you blame that on the staff or the on ice play?
Well, I'm saying, I mean, who are we sending down? I guess versus I just saw people outraged. So I'm wondering, as Don, who's full Kool-Aid, is the pitchers filled back up? Like, are you upset about that? Are you trusting the process?
I'm trusting the process. I think it's a good problem to have. He's one of the. I think before we called him up, he was the leading scorer in the AHL. Clearly, he can play, but we really were missing Benson, and I think now that he's back, you see that Zucker, I think, is good. And if we're shuffling some guys back and forth, luckily Rochester's only a stone's throw away from the arena, so. I think it's a good problem to have in case we have more injuries. I don't think it's We like I said, good problem to have. We have strong enough third and fourth lines that I really think you could interchange him. And Malenstein's just looked better. He's been playing more physical. Malenstein's physical presence is
and you're not going to
send
and you're not
roof now for Malenstein after this past weekend.
You're not going to send Ostlund down either.
I mean, he had that huge hit in front of the net too.
Huge hit.
Yes, like he's the physical play is what we need. Rosen's great. He's not as much of a physical guy as you want maybe on your third or fourth line. So I like it. I like it. We'll see.
The fact that was on Aho too was outstanding.
Yeah,
I
shoulder to the center of the chest, textbook. Yep. Like just a clean hit.
The goal. It was crazy too.
How about that goal interference though?
I mean, listen.
Yeah,
he
didn't even touch him.
Nobody argues on behalf of Upi as much as I do. And what did I say? Nothing.
Yeah,
because nothing need be said.
Yeah.
Like there's some cases where it's so obvious. Some cases like in a world where if you like accidentally breathe on their shoulder, it's like waved off immediately. You got multiple players ramming into him, basically like on his body. He clearly can't get back in the goal. And they fired an empty net. It was a joke.
Well, yeah, and that was right after they called ours off.
The other one.
Yeah, that's what I was really referring to.
Lindy challenges, and like he doesn't even touch him. The goalie is in the net, easily able to make a save, and just gets sniped.
The only thing on that review was that we had a foot in the crease, but that was well before the puck even got there, and it gets out in time. And then, as you said, it gets out. Shot comes. That was a clean screen and didn't even touch tender. So I don't know what's going on with that one.
Yeah, I just want some consistency.
So when they call it on Yuppie, I'm not even gonna say anything like you.
Agreed. So, like, again, when we're arguing whether you could trust UPL, who had a 52-game stretch rate, a .915 save percentage, and a 2.11 goals against average, yes, you can trust him. What we need to do is pace these guys down. We got to keep Lyon fresh. We got to keep Colton fresh. We got to keep Upi fresh. We got decent goaltenders.
So that's 4 rolling 3 then?
I'm absolutely, listen, like I see that the rhetoric of trade one of these guys. Why? We have not had good goaltending in forever. Like until someone is like Hasek out there, we should absolutely roll the 3.
Trade Levi?
No, I'm not a trade Levi guy. I just feel like you got to like you're so far in with the gamble now. It's like you'll never get back what you could have got anyway. And if he goes to another team and is a stud, you'll never forgive yourself.
For sure.
Yeah. I like you got the solid 3, and I just like that. It happened the one game where 2 went in early. I think it was Lyon got yanked. And you have other goalies you can rely on where you can make a move like that to fire a team up. If they're just having a bad game, or if even the team isn't playing well in front of them. So these are good problems to have. Like I would rather have the complaint forever is like, oh, we don't have 1-star player. I would rather have a lot of hardworking guys that are good enough and can compete and play for each other than, have to rely on one superstar.
That was that 99 team. Like you have your Barneses, you have your Pekkas or whatever, just like you have your Juries, you have your Briers.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it's the team. Like you need to be winning the 3rd and 4th line.
You want to know if you
want to be successful.
You want to know who the leading point scorer was in that playoffs up until the Stanley Cup?
Which round? Which year?
No, in 99. But
my God, I couldn't even tell you.
Up until the
Zinger?
Václav Varada.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When would you think of him as a goal scorer, point scorer? Yeah. So that team, that's what I mean. You had your best players, Mike Pekka, Stu Barnes,
I think
Václav
besides
Varada.
Chatham, they didn't even have a player with like above like 50 points. Like it was just absurd. Like they were all like just grinded out. Like anybody could like make a play, but like they weren't playmakers. If that makes sense.
But I'd say like that team in terms of skill is pretty low. We were very physical defensive. I think this team has a lot of equal skill. When you see them move the puck around like they do on that Tage goal. Mm-hmm. Like that's what we're playing exciting hockey, and that's all you can ask for as a fan. You see the arena packed on a Sunday, like that. Like it's amazing.
Is all you can ask for as a fan. Until
that was
like
awesome.
Until like January, February, then it starts to get a little more fresh.
And what I'll say is that like, and I think it was Bulldog on WGR made this point. I mean, there's just been so many weekends ruined by Sabres games.
Yes.
Like these past like 5 to 10 years. Where you almost like don't want to go, right? Like if they win, great, and it's part of your weekend. But like to go and get down to the arena and have them lose 4-2 or like go into the third trailing 3-0, like just demoralizing. So to have a great 9-3 win, to have a great 4-1 win and like show that, it's like a great vibe at the arena, which isn't always guaranteed in sports. Nothing's guaranteed in sports, but it reminds you of why that arena was filled for all that time to begin with. Sabres no longer in last in the East or in the Eastern Conference. So make some noise that currently in last place in the Eastern Conference, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Bang.
There we go.
Love to see it.
And I like the games we got coming up this week. We're on the road. Pittsburgh, just like the Bills on Wednesday. Penguins are nothing special about them. And we're playing the Devils on Friday. So yeah, I like those two games. I think we should go 2-0 then, and then we're on the road in Minnesota. That's going to be a little tough because we're going from Buffalo to Minnesota without a day break. Weird. We got a 4 p.m. Friday game.
Yeah, Black Friday.
Black Friday. Yeah, that's
trying to catch everyone before the shot.
I don't know if I have the tickets for that one. I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy John, my season ticket mate. But if not, I might go ahead and buy some and get boots on ground regardless. As long as they promise to have the beer saver.
I mean,
available.
if they don't have the beer saver on Black Friday, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Godspeed if you don't have beer saber on Black Friday.
Can you get the 20 to 30% at least on Black Friday for the beer saber? Like, come on. Season ticket holder over here.
Exactly.
Right. Speaking of strapping in, we had a great meat raffle on Saturday.
That we did.
To benefit Croom Photos. A lot of great money raised. Shout out everybody who came out to the VFW. South Buffalo, also Dwayne Carter, Javon Solomon, Dorian Williams. Big winners, Slick, at the meat raffle.
Big winners. Dorian Williams going home, not needing to buy a turkey for his Thanksgiving dinner.
Outstanding.
Winning one at the meat raffle. Also, bag of chicken tenders, some hot dogs as well. Dwayne bringing home the bacon, some pork. So much meat was won. So much meat was raffled off. And a lot of fun was had, and a lot of meat chants were screamed throughout the Knights of Columbus out there in South Buffalo.
How about my 164, 165 conundrum in the final round there?
Sketchy. And then we also had a 32-33 situation.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 31-32. The wheels spinning. Some people were up in flames. There was some controversy there. But then you get the Canadian spins going to the back, and everyone seems to forget real quick. Canadian
spin gets everybody on the right page. Right page for AEW Full Gear. We caught the end of the show.
Great ending.
Looked like pretty cinematic.
Our whole group chat has their conundrums with 13 belt Ultimo Monet.
Ultimo, when Ultimo needs to lose, she goes down like a champ.
I don't want to hear it from them ever again. She's so selfish, going to every promotion.
She's had 2 shots to put over 2 stars, and she's 2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2, and I don't know what more needs to be said. This her first shot at the AEW Women's World Championship as well. So.
Yeah, like again, she puts the storyline. I don't care what anyone says. The belts, they want them on her, put them on her. She's a star. Why not? But when she needs to lose, she loses. And she does so with the best of them.
And they act like she selfishly wants these other promotions' belts. These other promotions are dying to have her hold one of their belts on national television. That doesn't do bad for that promotion. It only takes it.
I know Tony gets 12 belts on TV and he's the bad guy.
Oh my God, terrible. So
Crazy.
Selfish.
Bad for the business for sure. But yeah, looking forward to seeing the progression from that. Should be very interesting.
And then main event, obviously, we had that steel cage match. Samoa Joe, Hangman Page. You and I kind of got swerved in a way by the winner.
We did.
Only for an actual swerve.
Well, there was a moment where we realized Samoa Joe was bleeding so bad.
Like literally gashed right down the center.
We're like, this dude has to win because he's so bloody already, 5 minutes in the match. Ultimately, it was a muscle buster. After something, he hit him something on the top rope. I forget that sequence before. Muscle buster and new for AEW champion. 2-time, which is rare.
Yeah.
Not a lot of 2 times.
One of few.
Like what? Moxley,
Omega.
Omega was just the 1-time.
Omega's 1-time.
Hangman. Moxley, Hangman,
Swerve,
Joe.
I think, right?
Moxley, Swerve is a 2-time. I think he's a 1-time.
I believe he's 2-time.
Okay, we'll see.
I could be wrong.
But that's a great crew to be in for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great foundation
Great
of business
company.
they're forming. Great event, Full Gear. So we'll see how that went. Circling back to college football because it's on the rundown. I checked the live odds on Notre Dame Syracuse after 3 minutes. I think it was like 37.5, like pregame or something.
Yeah.
I checked 3 minutes in, it's minus 59.5. How's that even possible? They scored 3 times before they even got an offensive possession.
Yeah. Well, would have been a good
Pick
bet,
6,
right?
Punt return. And then Cuse went almost like all the way down the field, full field, scoop and score, pick 6 or whatever.
You see,
then
it was 70-0.
70-0. So I saw the final score 77. So my first reaction was, they covered the 59.5, which was unbelievable. I'm like 3 minutes in, they had that pegged. When I saw this touchdown to make it 77, I've been there at Syracuse when Penn State came in, laid like a 40-point whooping. I was there at Cuse when Taj Boyd came in with Sammy Watkins, DeAndre Hopkins, and like, you want to just talk about receivers running open all over the field. I think they put up 70 on us that day. This touchdown is arguably the most embarrassing moment as a Syracuse athletics fan that I've ever been a part of. Now, I know you want to play the whole game and you don't give up. But to score that touchdown to break the shutout, like you did anything in this game, was crazy to me.
It was such a gift, too. It was clear that Notre Dame was like, all right, fine. You want to score a touchdown?
Gentlemen's not.
They're like, you want to score a touchdown with 5 seconds left? Yeah, fine. Fucking go for it.
Yeah, take a knee, bro.
They weren't even good enough to risk injuring a third stringer on that play.
That reminds me. Oh, I meant to bring this up during the NFL. We have to rewind real quick. Did you see how the Browns punted
from the 29?
On the 29 and the over-under was 36.5?
Now, that guy in the video said 38.5.
Yeah,
right?
he misspoke.
That was throwing me off.
He misspoke, so it was 36.5.
It was. I saw it pregame. It was 36.5. I go, oh my God, this is going to be like a 21-10 game or something. Lo and behold, it's 14-3 in the third quarter. I'm like, okay, so they're easily going under. Next thing you know, we got some garbage timers. We got, all of a sudden, I think they turned it over on downs or something. So now Cleveland's already on the plus side of the field. And all of a sudden, inside the 29 down, inside the 30.
24-10. So we're at 34.
Yep.
And there's, again, like 50 seconds left. Okay, yeah, they're up 2 scores. You do want to make it 3. But I don't know. I mean, that's fishy, right? I've never seen an NFL team punt.
The only argument is but now here's my thing. If there was a fix that was crazy, why not just send the kicker out there and be pull it by 20 yards to the left? Because that would have looked a lot more legitimate.
You're right. I'm not even,
because what you said, there was no reason to punt from the 29.
Yeah,
it's not like we're gonna risk a punt block. You're risking a field goal block. We're risking a field goal block. You're risking a punt block. It's the same difference.
Yeah. I've been crushed by a team being like, you know what, we're up 14, 50 seconds left. Let's go for it. That makes sense for me.
Yes.
Even on 4th and 6, 4th and 10.
God. How many times have we lost back doors like that?
Yeah,
Crazy.
we're like, whatever. Who cares? If we don't get it, they get the ball back. There's 50 seconds, no timeouts. We're up by 14. That was. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a fix, but sometimes weird. It just kind of brain breaking. What is going on? Why?
This is what I would say. This is what makes it crazier is that it's not a fix, but it looks like a fix.
Yeah.
So that you're again, like you said, brain breaking.
It's almost too obvious to be a fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with recent news.
Yeah.
Speaking of fix, James Franklin on his way to fix Virginia Tech, already doing so. 1-0. Easy cover, Don.
1-0 against spread. That's straight up.
Where it matters.
Yeah.
Where it matters.
It was looking rough at that.
It was looking rough, quarter. And then it looks like Virginia Tech has a chance to have 2 possessions to win at the end. This
onside kick recovery down 10.
This game had it all. James Franklin, after sitting up in the box for the first half, maybe came down, worked some magic for the second, but. Yeah, cover the 17.5, cover the 20.5 if you got it late. Never doubt.
Do you see Miami tried to they tried to fuck everyone over.
Oh, they really tried. They
like
did try.
because they got the ball back. They're up 10. Wow, how much time was left when they ran that play to score a long
I don't know
touchdown?
about these Florida teams. I've seen this now multiple times on whether it's Florida State, Florida, Miami. They don't stop playing.
No.
They're like whether they're up by 10 and should just kneel it, whether they're down by 20 and shouldn't get people injured. Like these teams just don't stop playing. We saw this 2 years ago at Florida State. I literally sent you the video where the clock was running out against LSU.
Yeah,
Jalen Daniels and LSU. I go, why are they not just kneeling this? Because I had the under. And you're like, dude, sometimes in college football, they just keep playing for no reason. That was literally exactly what was going on.
Yeah. That, and it does seem them Southern boys, there's some, SEC, I think Miami's ACC, but there's it was weird. I almost turned off the game. I had it muted. I had a podcast and I was doing some cooking before a gig. And I walked over just to see it happen. And I saw them score that touchdown. And I'm like, I swear to God, if they go for 2.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think it was.
Like, they know the spread. They know.
I think it was around just under 2 minute mark or something. It was really close.
Going for 2 would have been the most sus thing of all time.
Yeah.
I don't even know this story very much, so I'll let the UAB player stabbed another player before the game.
Not just one player, 2. Maniac. He stabbed 2 of his teammates before the game
room?
against USF at the team facility. Is all we have reported.
It was the night before.
Oh, it was the night before?
I
thought it was the day of the game, and they still played.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Earlier
Saturday morning.
Yes,
Hold on, we have the ESPN article.
Because
Okay,
the thing
I
is,
gotta learn more.
because
Why
the
did this
thing is,
happen?
this is at UAB, so I'm assuming this is an hour or 2 behind us, so we get like a later game on the college football game slate, and then all of a sudden Saturday I'm driving to the meat raffle.
You know what UAB stands for?
University of Alabama, Birmingham.
Bang! Proud of you.
Thank you. I got 100 on my geography test
There
in
you
8th
go.
grade. But get this report from Micah or Don, someone in the group chat.
Yeah, it was me. I sent this out. Yeah.
Yeah, the UAB, this red shirt freshman is stabbing it after Halloween. He's still stabbing, and he's stabbing 2 teammates at the team facility hours before they're hosting USF, which is no team to be slouched about, and still lose by 30. Decide to play the game.
Yeah.
This is the crazy thing to me. You just had, I think he got locked up on aggravated manslaughter charges or aggravated assault charges.
Aggravated assault and attempted murder.
Okay, so they did elevate the charge. At first it was
Offensive
aggravated
lineman,
assault.
yeah. So
Now you just had an attempted double homicide in your football team's facility with the whole team watching, coaching staff, teammates, staff of other kinds, and you go, I think we should play in honor of these guys. They're alive. They got to the hospital. They're in stable condition. This guy went to a jail cell right from the facility. And you think it's a good idea to still strut out there and play USF? They got beat by 30 points.
never had a chance.
They also won the first quarter, though.
I mean, they must have been absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
gassed
Adrenaline.
after that.
Adrenaline. Like, they're on the adrenaline of the situation.
And some players opted not to play this game, so that makes it even
I
all
was
the
gonna
more
say
confusing
some
to
guys
me.
sat out.
How many
so.
players were there that opted to sit out? And at what point do you say we all need to sit out if a bunch of guys are traumatized that they almost saw 2 teammates die at the hand of another one prior to playing what was a ranked college football team earlier in the season?
Yeah, so that happened, and then also I don't know if you saw the OHL finally gave their penalty to the guy that tried to decapitate an opposing player with the hockey stick. He's banned for the rest of the season. No surprise. And he has to apply to be reinstated to the league after undergoing like what did they
anger
call
management stuff?
That and something. It was like a class to like teach you on like I don't know, the way it was worded was just ridiculous. Like you like it was like some kind of education, like player safety education.
Oh right,
okay. Like he doesn't know that's wrong to begin with. Like,
I mean, dude,
we gotta educate
if you played
him.
hockey
We gotta
your whole life
educate
and
him.
made it to the OHL, you better know that's damn wrong.
We gotta educate him that hitting a guy in the side of the face with a hockey stick, like a baseball bat.
That's like George Costanza when he slept with the cleaning lady at work, and the guy's like, "Well, you've been sleeping with stuff." He's like, "Am I not supposed to do that?" Someone had told me that was off limits.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff that we just got through the weekend. Obviously, a huge week ahead. We got Sabres action. We got Banditos on Saturday. We got Thanksgiving. We got Black Friday. We got game day in Pittsburgh. We will be on our way with the game day bus to Pittsburgh. So that's amazing. Make sure you register, get your game day tickets, get your bus tickets, and get down to Pittsburgh to guarantee Buffalo a win with us. So Buffalo can get hot. On that note, let's go to who's hot and who's not. There we go. Now we're feeling good. All right, so I'm going to follow up on those vibes. James Franklin, 1-0, covers. This guy went from the unemployment line and being a loser 3 weeks ago to now he's the biggest Hokie winner in the southern tier there.
Next week, the FBI is investigating James Franklin.
Oh, no. I can totally see it happening. The not of it all, for me, is Everybody Eats. When I heard it in the Hallmark movie, I cringed.
Yeah.
I actually cringed. And it's not because I think it's bad. It's a great philosophy that we're going to spread the offense around. Just nobody's eating right now. Dalton Kincaid is off. You know, James Cook's had a great year. Allen's had great moments, but nobody's eating right now on a full-time basis, and we got to fix that.
They're starving, as a matter of fact.
Everybody's relatively hungry, Slick.
Yeah, for sure. Something that isn't hungry, it's been in quite the populace of numbers this past weekend. Football overtimes. College football, you had one on Saturday, 3 across the NFL yesterday.
Big NFL
Quarter
overtime
of the games yesterday went into overtime. Some really good games. That's why I was all the more surprised that the headline out of Sunday was Shadur. But I digress. What's not hot? Controversial one, folks. Christmas music. I know it's Thanksgiving week. We're all gearing up to feast with our families on Thursday, but you can save the All I Want for Christmas till after Thanksgiving dinner. These folks brought up a good point prior to the show. What about when you're putting up the tree? Is that allowed prior to Thanksgiving? Can you play music then? I want to say yes, but cut it off when the tree's up. After the ornaments are on the tree, turn it off. Don't bring it on again until after Thanksgiving. Don?
All right. Well, for my who's hot, let me just get a little intro right here.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. He's flying. He's flying. He's through the sky. Tagecoin to the moon, baby. I mean, I said it when we were talking about the Sabres. What is it? 7 goals in his last 8, 6 goals in a row, 11 points in his last 8 games. Dude's flying. He's crushing it. And honestly, he's going to stay. If nothing changes, he's going to stay on my who's hot. Now, I didn't plan on this being almost like a hot tracker, like the Trainwreck tracker, but 2 weeks in a row, he's getting it done. Our leadership's getting it done, and I love it. All right, now for our who's not, unfortunately, it's our guy Josh's alma mater, Wyoming. They have him there for the whole ceremony.
By the way, they picked what should have been a sure thing. 3-8 Nevada?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
That's what I mean. I know Nevada because 2 years ago they were exciting. That team is a shell of a program of what it used to be. They stink. They picked the right team at home, and they couldn't get more than a touchdown. Luckily,
also, wasn't it like freezing? Wasn't it freezing in Wyoming? So like Nevada's like warm and dry.
Yeah,
freezing. Also, is that a senior game too? Potentially,
could have been if it was their last home game. It definitely was.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, not a great look for the Cowboy program.
Yeah. So, losing it for our guy Josh. Not a great look. Not happy with that. And that's been our who's hot or who's not.
So as we get ready for the week ahead, which is a lot, we've got Wednesday night, the turkey eve of it all. If you're in your 20-somethings like, Slickaroony, it's a great night for sure. You have Thanksgiving, action all day. Do you know who plays the Cowboys?
I don't.
The Kansas City Chiefs, and they're 4-point
Black
favorites.
Friday, yep.
So we'll have something
right.
to watch there on Thanksgiving Day. Friday, we'll have Black Friday. Apparently, so we're putting together a little bit of a big Black Friday day, I guess. Herbal IQ, Batavia Downs, and then we're back for what's happening Friday night? Sabres
at 4 o'clock. Sabres with a nice
there's something
matinee
Friday
game.
night we were talking about. And then we have Banditos on Saturday. And then it's game day Buffalo down to Pittsburgh.
Jam-packed weekend, yeah.
Yep.
Didn't really know it coming into the week, but now you know.
I just want to say, Zach, you summoned the chat. Anytime you mention Brady or everybody eats, all of a sudden the Instagram chat comes alive. No one knows any comment. We got Greg. I'm a fan watching on my couch, and I know what he's doing first down every time. He's like the boogeyman. Or Beetlejuice. You say his name, and
there was a really bad. Someone broke down
out.
the film of the play action on the tipped ball interception that went back for a pick six, but got called back because of the holding. Like, there's 4 linebackers, and they go to do play action. Now, I don't know if this is the way they're selling it. I don't know if this is something on film. Not one of those linebackers even approached the line of scrimmage when they did play action. They were just dropping back. Like, literally in pure bad stick. That's why they got the hand up to tip it. And the interception, you got to make adjustments. It's just so frustrating. I saw, like, so many teams with receivers running so wide open. And we were running wide open, truthfully, against the Bucs.
Yeah, but then look at what Devontae Adams did last night.
I agree. But I think they did what we did on offense. Where they looked better was defense.
Yeah.
Because they shut them down all game.
Agreed.
For sure. So I think I mean, truthfully, when you look at, like, spreads and everything, a week after we offensively dominated Tampa Bay, it was probably a safe bet that Sean McVay and Matt Stafford were going to be able to do the same thing.
For sure. And that's one of the best receivers, maybe of all time.
Yeah, so for sure. Thank you for being the best audience of all time as we wrap up here on Trainwreck Today. Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. Make sure you're following it all. We've got cooking programs. We've got some lifestyle programs as well coming out on the Herd of things. So make sure you're following there. And you know the action never stops on both. Any final thoughts, boys?
Yeah. Hey, you're going to be hanging with your family. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. But just want to plug the Crash Out line. Call or text 716-226-6263. Throw a *67 in front of that if you want your number to be private. We don't release anything. Maybe the turkey was cold. Maybe it was dry. Maybe the food wasn't good. Maybe your uncle got too drunk and wouldn't shut up. Like, you can crash out about Thanksgiving. We know everyone doesn't have the perfect family to hang out with. So let us know. Also, what your bets are
someone that
doing.
brings up something you don't want to talk about at the Thanksgiving dinner table. So
some crash outs just off of the Thanksgiving.
And also, we haven't heard from our guy Mendez. Text us or email us, DM us. We have a gift for you. That wasn't like a weird threat that we were going to send you something. We have a really cool gift for you that if the Bills get business done, we might debut on the show. But we have a great gift for you. And for, that's what happens. You call the Crash Out line, you become a regular guy. You never know when you might get a gift from us. Yeah.
I also want to say turkey's overrated.
Ooh, gonna have to get into this Wednesday.
Well, ham sucks.
Drag him in the comments.
All right, folks. Let's strap in for some turkey takes. Strap in for hopefully a great week ahead, a bad weekend behind us, and let's most certainly have a good day now.